My name is Dean Gunnarson. I'm an escapista, and I've traveled around the world escaping, and I've been to Colombia many times. I've been to many Spanish countries: Colombia, Venezuela, Puerto Rico, Mexico. So it's good. I love the Spanish people. It's like the bullfight. The escapes are battle me against the element, like the man and the bull, and it's the audience is So I've had great. Yeah. Well, when I was a kid, I cut grass. But,
Okay.
but as my life, I've always been an escape artist. I do a little bit of magic for fun, but my field is escape art. Well, I was inspired by the great Houdini. Houdini was the most famous magician escape artist ever. And then David Copperfield and Gustavo Lorgia, great magicians. So I know I could never be like these people. So I study Houdini and I go, I like this, the handcuffs, because it's real. If the police lock you up in their handcuffs or put you in a box, and all that, it's real. Right, or a straitjacket and lock you up. People can't get out. So I wanted to try this. I wanted to try and do what was impossible. Again, it was very difficult at first because people know magicians, right? But how do you entertain with the escapes? So it wasn't always easy, right? You have to create the market so that people see and go, okay, yeah, I like that, because they'd never seen another escape artist before. So I had to go out and demonstrate to the audience that it was okay. And when you're young and you're poor, and you're trying to make a living and trying to eat, it wasn't easy, and you had to work very, very hard. And I still work very, very hard, but now looking back, the early times were very challenging, and it would have been easy to give up and say, but I kept fighting and going, and I got to meet other magicians and work with people, and like Gustavo Lorgia, and you become friends with people. And that's been the greatest joy for me as an escape artist, is becoming friends with other magicians in magic. And these bonds have lasted a lifetime with many, many great people. Well, I think it's different than normal magic, because maybe sometimes there's the danger. If you're hanging upside down, will you fall? Or if you're locked into a tank with water, will you escape? It has a very short time that you must make your escape. Because with a magician, if the trick doesn't work, you go, okay. But with escape artists, if you don't escape, they don't like it. Can be difficult. And because my escapes are real, I have failed. I've not been able to get out of things because it's been difficult or dangerous, or I got hurt. I've hurt my body many times. I've broken many bones. I've broken out my teeth. I got lots of scars. I'm very ugly. I've lost my body parts. I even died in an escape, and they had to take me out, bring me back to life. But it shows people that it's real, right? We all have challenges and obstacles that we need to overcome in our life. And mine is symbolic with just escaping from jacket, from chains, handcuffs. In the air, underwater, in the ocean, in the car, crushed, in a coffin with sharks, or in a box with snakes, or being buried underground for 2 days with no food or water. Well, I think the limit is we each have our own limits. That sometimes people ask, and I go, okay, I will try, right? We always have to try. And it's not whether you succeed or fail, it's whether you try, because either way you learn, right? Sometimes you learn more when you fail. That didn't work. Okay, now I have to come up with I have to find a way. We always have to keep going. You never surrender.
yourself, right?
Yes, yeah, that's very important. I don't drink alcohol. I've never had beer or wine. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't do drugs. I try and eat healthy. I still have fun, but like to me, I wanted to be strong. I wanted to be clear in my mind. So that I could do this escape. Yeah, so it's a combination of different things. It's a combination in your mind. It's a combination in your body. It's a combination of your muscles and your strength, your flexibility. I've been escaping for over 40 years, so my body isn't as
Neat.
yeah, as limber as it was. I've heard too many. It's hard to pick things off the ground sometimes, but yeah, these are all important things, but the most important is your mind, right? First, you have to convince your mind that you can do that. And if you can convince your mind you can do that, the mind can convince the rest of the body to do that. And that's not just with escapology or magic, it's with everything in life, right? So we have to, if we want a new job, or if we want to go to school, or if we want to meet somebody, you have to first thing in your mind, I want to do this. And then find a way to do it. And as an escapologist, it's the same thing. People have a lock or want me to get locked up, and I think, okay, I have to think of how this works and work it back, and how can I escape? Do I have to use my body, or do I have to use my mind and find something a little clever, or do I have to, hold my breath a long time? So you have to think of all these. Yeah, I mean, I've had many times when my brain tells me to stop, right? But you have to.
And you like it?
Yeah, well, it's easy. We can sit in life and sit here and be safe, and no, I don't want to go out of the room. Maybe there's bad people there. Maybe there's a car. Maybe there's a big monster. I'll stay here. Even if I stay here, one day I will die, right? But if I go out there, maybe the grass is green and the flowers are beautiful and the sky is blue. So I won't know unless I try. And so that's what we have to do. We have to try, right? How do we know? And one thing about the people of Colombia, they have this spirit. I've been to Colombia for many, many years, and I see the spirit. The people of Colombia have had to struggle for their freedom and their rights and their safety and everything. And I've been inspired by them. This is why I like going back to Colombia. It's like, Viva Colombia! I mean, it's important to know, the safety, right? I spend a great deal of time calculating the risk. What are the dangers of it? And so you try and minimize that. But there comes a point where you don't know what's going to be the end. It's like fighting with the bull, right? This side, that side, but you don't know what the bull is thinking. So you always have to trust your heart and your intuition as to what to do. And I've had like many close calls, but you always push through. But so is there a limit there? Maybe, if somebody were to take a gun and shoot me, that there's no escaping, right? But with what I've done, I don't know. Maybe the limit is maybe my age. As I get older, it gets more difficult. But I've been doing this a long time, but I still have a lot of gas left of my heart. Well, what I recommend for young escapologists is to read and study like Houdini, to learn what he did, to learn as much as you can. And young people, they want to go big right from the beginning, right? But it's important to start slowly, right? Learn how to open locks, learn how to open the handcuffs, work your way up, right? Sometimes you have to walk before you can run. And some people just like to run. Same with magic or anything, you just want to go to the end. But the end isn't as important as the way there, the journey there. You have to learn and grow. And that's why things like FISM in Quebec is important, because young magicians, young escape artists can come here and they can learn from many great teachers that are performing, that are giving demonstrations, that are talking about ways to do things. So that's what I encourage the most. So, learn, find a mentor, find somebody to help you read. Now there's so many videos on YouTube. Just be careful, be safe, because it's so easy to hurt yourself in what I do. I know because I have, right? So I can say, this is not good. I know because I did it. I know what can happen. Okay.
Amazing. Thank you for your time.
Oh, thank you. My pleasure. Welcome to my country of Canada. Canada is so big. I live 3,000 kilometers away, or I would invite you to my house and food.
And let's make escapes.
But I hope you enjoy Canada. And please, when you go back to Colombia, give my best to my friends in Colombia, and of course Gustavo Loria is a dear friend. So thank you.
Of course. Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you, Dean. Thank you for the time.